What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're diving deep into one of the biggest rumors swirling around the Dallas Cowboys. Could Najee Harris be the missing piece to their Super Bowl puzzle? Or is this just another mistake in the making? It's a topic that's ignited serious debate, and in this video, we're breaking it all down. So, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and let's get into it. The Dallas Cowboys are a team with high expectations this year, and their championship window is wide open. With one of the best defenses in the league, led by superstar Micah Parsons, and Dak Prescott back under center, there's no reason they shouldn't be a Super Bowl contender. However, for all their strengths, the Cowboys have faced a recurring issue on offense over the past few seasons. Despite having a talented offensive line, one that could often create running lanes, the running game has struggled to find consistent, explosive play. After the departure of Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard was thrust into the starting role. While Pollard is undoubtedly a dynamic playmaker, questions linger about his ability to handle a full workload for an entire season, especially after recovering from an injury. With Pollard being a more explosive, finesse-type runner, the Cowboys have lacked the power back they had in Zeke, someone who could grind out tough yards, especially when the game slows down in the latter half. This is where the rumor mill comes in, and it's buzzing with speculation about Najee Harris. Najee Harris, the Pittsburgh Steelers' first-round pick in 2021, is a running back who has made a name for himself in the league. Standing at 6'2" and weighing around 230 pounds, Harris is a powerful, physical runner who excels at breaking tackles and picking up yards after contact. In his first 2 seasons in the league, Harris has racked up over 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 15 total touchdowns. He's been a workhorse for the Steelers, often taking on a heavy workload, which makes him a great option for any team looking for a reliable back to anchor their offense. However, even with all that talent, Harris has faced some challenges, mainly due to a less-than-ideal offensive line in Pittsburgh. Despite that, Harris has shown his ability to perform in tough situations, consistently fighting for extra yards and showing off his vision and patience behind the line of scrimmage. But the Steelers' struggles in recent years, both offensively and defensively, have raised questions about Harris's long-term future with the team. Could the Steelers, a team that might be in rebuilding mode, be willing to part with him in favor of going in a different direction? That's where the intrigue lies for the Cowboys. The Cowboys' offense, while having many bright spots, is still not firing on all cylinders, especially in the running game. There are obvious gaps, and the running back position is one of the areas where the Cowboys are most vulnerable. Pollard is a great complement, but if he's going to be the focal point of the offense, it's still unclear whether he can handle the workload as a true feature back for an entire season, especially as the Cowboys look to make a deep playoff run. This is where Najee Harris could fit in perfectly. A trade for Harris would instantly solidify the Cowboys' backfield, giving them that powerful, between-the-tackles runner who can wear down opposing defenses and control the clock in key moments. Having a player like Harris, who is capable of carrying the ball 20-25 times per game, would not only elevate the Cowboys' run game but also take some pressure off Dak Prescott, opening up play-action opportunities and creating better passing lanes for the quarterback. Harris's ability to catch passes out of the backfield is also crucial for the Cowboys, as it would provide another dimension to their offense that Pollard may not offer as consistently. In his second season, Harris caught 74 passes, showcasing his dual-threat ability and aspect that could make him a perfect fit in Mike McCarthy's offense. Now, let's talk about the trade rumors. While Najee Harris has been a valuable asset for the Steelers, Pittsburgh has had their own offensive struggles, and there has been chatter about them being open to a potential rebuild. If the Steelers do look to move on from Harris, the Cowboys could be a team that swoops in with an offer. Of course, a trade of this magnitude would likely come at a significant price. Harris isn't just some rotational back, he's a star with Pro Bowl potential. The Cowboys would probably have to give up at least a first-round pick, or perhaps a combination of high-value picks, to get a deal done. The question is, would the Cowboys be willing to make such a move? After all, the Cowboys are a team that has sometimes struggled with making bold moves in the past. Giving up future draft capital for a running back, no matter how talented, would be a risky proposition, especially since Dallas has to balance building for the future and trying to win now. If the Cowboys were to trade for Harris, they would be adding a proven, physical back who can be the centerpiece of the running game. His ability to break tackles and churn out tough yards in the fourth quarter would help Dallas control games and keep the ball away from high-powered offenses, especially in key playoff matchups. With Harris in the fold, the Cowboys would become a much more dangerous team on offense. They would have a two-headed monster in the backfield, with Pollard handling the more dynamic, versatile role and Harris handling the bruising, between the tackles duties. This type of backfield combination could be a game-changer, as defenses would have to prepare for two completely different types of running styles, forcing them to respect both aspects of the Cowboys' offense. But is it all sunshine and rainbows? No, there are concerns. For one, the price of acquiring Harris could be a major deterrent. The Cowboys have had mixed results with their draft picks in recent years, and giving up high draft capital for a running back might be viewed as an overpayment, especially when the franchise has other areas to address. Also, the Cowboys run a zone blocking scheme, and while Harris is a versatile back, he's more accustomed to running in a gap scheme where he can use his vision and power to find running lanes. It's not to say Harris couldn't adapt to the Cowboys system, but it's an adjustment that would require time. Transitioning from one offensive system to another isn't always smooth, and it's possible that Harris might not perform as well in Dallas as he did in Pittsburgh, particularly in his first season. Another consideration is the team chemistry. The Cowboys have a tight-knit locker room, and adding a high-profile player like Harris could potentially disrupt that balance. While Harris has been known to be a hard worker and a good teammate, the spotlight that would come with him joining Dallas might create some pressure. There's always the risk that expectations might be too high, and if Harris struggles out of the gate, it could lead to frustration or a feeling that the trade was a mistake. But let's not forget, Harris wouldn't be the only running back available on the trade market. Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs have both been rumored to be in potential trade talks, and they bring different skill sets to the table. Barkley is a more explosive, big play type of back, while Jacobs is a tough, physical runner who can excel in short yardage and goal line situations. If the Cowboys don't feel like Harris is the right fit, there are other viable options to consider. The Cowboys could also explore the possibility of sticking with Pollard and adding depth to the backfield with a complementary piece who can handle the bulk of the carries. The possibilities are endless, but the big question remains, which player would best elevate the Cowboys' offense? Ultimately, whether or not the Cowboys should trade for Najee Harris comes down to how much they're willing to give up and whether Harris fits their long-term vision. If they can get him at a reasonable price and he adapts well to the system, he could be a key cog in their Super Bowl aspirations. But if they overpay or disrupt the chemistry of the team, it could end up being a move they regret. The decision won't be easy, but if the Cowboys pull the trigger, Najee Harris could be the player who helps them finally get over the hump and win that elusive sixth Super Bowl. As we sit here talking about it, there's no clear answer, but one thing's for sure: the Cowboys need to do something to address their running back situation, and adding a player like Harris could very well be the game changer they need. So, as always, Cowboys Nation, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Najee Harris is the missing piece to the puzzle, or is this a move that could backfire? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, make sure to like the video, share it with your fellow Cowboys fans, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest news and updates on America's team. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, go Cowboys!